In the Revachol Citizens Militia, there is only one officer superstar. This is his story. Okay, here we are. Let's go head to the pawn shop, which I assume is over here, so we can sell those hubcaps and maybe get to sleep since it's almost 11 o'clock at night. Let's see what this is. Nosifed. Nice. And in fact, let's heal. It only heals one. I guess we knew that. Okay. Okay, this is Roy's. The pawn shop. Let's see what this stuff is first. Oh, tear? Yeah, tear. Classic tear. Let's see what's in here. Oh, oh, fingerless gloves, +1 electrochemistry. Sweet! Let's put those on. Yeah, no, we're not wearing any gloves, so that's new. Fingerless gloves, cigarette-stained fingertips, gasoline-stained fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made of wool still provides some warmth and comfort. Nice. Okay, what else do we have before we go into the pawn shop? Waterlock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. What's this? Butter sign down. Oh, sign. Okay. What? There we go. Let's look at this.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
What is Samaran butter?
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it.
Yes, well, I also am very happy about butter. I eat it straight now. It's kind of gross, but I love it.
Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets.
Okay, thank you, Encyclopedia.
It's an acquired taste.
Okay. Is this a goat being milked? What the heck is happening here? Oh, maybe that's perception. I don't know. Whatever. Attempt to reconstruct what happened here. Oh yeah, we're going to figure out why the sign is down. 83% chance. Let's go for it.
Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
Whoa, check this out. It looks like it went this way and then up and off the roof of this pawn shop and then into the sign. Okay, let's look at the crater.
Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour.
Oh, look, there's some fake physics equations there. That's always nice. Okay, all right, so it came down here. All right, let's look at the roof of the shack.
The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack.
Wow, nice. We're looking at the sloping metal
roof
panel.
The panel served as a takeoff ramp.
Oh, this is like Hot Wheels ramps that I used to make out of books and stuff when I was a kid. It seems pretty silly in retrospect, but man, we had a good time doing it. Look at the broken posts.
The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it.
Oh, badass. Let's look at the sign.
The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal.
Nice.
The Samaran butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently.
How recently?
Within the past 72 hours.
All right, let's look at the opposite bank.
Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast.
Yeah, you can see, this is what we're picturing, but you can see the tire tracks go over here. What was the model of this phantom vehicle?
There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linéaire G22.
All right, why the Caprice 40?
It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage.
Okay.
The Caprice 40 is a very popular model with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers.
Aha, so naked strippers drive this car on a regular basis? Along with teachers? Okay, it's a little weird. Why the Linéaire G22?
Very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that jump. The Linéaire G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long.
Ah, good old bike shedding. All right, what now?
You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure.
Okay, let's blink, which means leave, I guess.
The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis.
Oh, Kim has something to say.
Any theories about what happened here?
Some top shelf shenanigans. I want to meet the driver and shake his hand.
What kind of car do you think it was?
I think it was the Caprice. I think that's a better bet since it's a more common car.
That's quite likely, from what I can tell.
I have some ideas about who it might have been.
Oh.
Or maybe I don't. Do we have a fourth option? No, actually, never mind. I need more evidence to come up with a list of suspects.
We are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
Look at this. We can try to come up with a convincing explanation for the driver's actions. And we have an 83% chance. And it says +1 Jacob W known. It's a red check. Let's go for it. 83%. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We did it.
Somewhere in the depths of your alcohol-addled soul, you find a few threads that you can weave into a story.
This could only have been Jacob Dun dun dun.
The tip-top tourney champion?
After the untimely death of dear friend and fellow racer Alfie Delatraz at Fjordhammer, Jacob Urwu was desperately chasing death on the racetrack, but death eluded him.
The lieutenant patiently listens to the words coming from your mouth.
After quitting in frustration, he became a recluse, a ghost driver, searching for death on the streets of Revachol, speeding.
Jumping canals at night? If I was Jacob Irv, I wouldn't drive in Martinaise. The roads are awful.
Ah, Kim.
In conclusion, it's a colorful theory, but I don't believe Jacob Irv did this. Should we go?
No, we need to find this Jacob Irv before tragedy strikes. Let's take this as a task.
If we must.
Kim just does not know how to have fun. What a killjoy. Okay. Okay, we got our new task down here. Find the traffic hooligan. First, you should find the vehicle the joyrider used in their escapades. All right, what do we got going on here? Okay, so we've already looked at this. Let's look at this.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque.
Yeah, this is the water lock control panel. There was a sign back there talking about how it was out of order.
This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Imagine that, a crashed salmon and butter sign. All right, let's pull it anyway because hell yeah.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
Let's push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Okay. Kim does not seem to approve, which is pretty typical for him. All right, I guess we release the lever. We can't do anything yet.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Oh, let's pull the lever again.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
All right, let's release it.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position.
Okay,
You
so a
still
little
need to close the
repetition.
water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
All right, okay. And I think we just got a task to do that. See? Close the water lock on Wednesday. Oh, it's Monday. I didn't even realize we were working on Monday. Okay, very good. Oh, this will open up a new area in Martinaise. Very nice. So now, let's go into the pawn shop so we can sell those hubcaps and maybe get some rest. Or more to the point, get Kim to go to sleep so that we can do stuff he may not approve of. Okay, here we are. Check out all this stuff. And there's the dude. Oh, he's in a booth. Some kind of machine. An antique cash register? Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. DEI. DEA? Or diversity, equity, and inclusion? Interesting. Oh, welcome to the pawn shop, he says. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. Oh, that seems like it might be up Superstar's alley. What's this?
A typical Martinaise streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let your gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
This feels pretty illegal.
This would make quite a statement in your living room.
We don't have a living room. Or we might. We don't even know where we live or if we own a house. Is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
He pauses, studying the light. How much for the streetlight?
700 real.
Whoa.
A bargain, I dare say.
Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that on every corner.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
He rests his elbows on the counter and brings his face closer to the glass.
The light has been removed and rewired. That's 2 transformations. But what about the third?
I get how sawing it off and redoing the wiring could add to the cost, but what else?
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
He throws you a look of wary patience. Yes, now that I look upon it another time, I see it has adjusted its morphological field.
Okay, that checks out.
Sure, that checks out. All right, well, we don't have 700 real, so we're going to say there's nothing else you need to know about the light. Okay, what else is in here? There's obviously the dude. We're going to ignore him for a second. Let's see what this is.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Ooh, I wonder if we can find our song here. Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here.
It's the Harman Welshie W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
This guy seems pretty curmudgeonly.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
Don't like music? What do you like then?
The stuff I record myself. Silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by. Nocturnal animals climbing on the roof. Airship rotors. That kind of thing.
Oh, I wonder if he recorded the car bouncing off his roof.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing.
I don't think there's any chance in hell that Superstar is gonna ditch music. He is itching to sing karaoke. All right, well, we don't have the $12 to buy the boombox, so that's it. And then there's something over here. Looks like a china cabinet or something.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Oh, check this out. Interfacing. Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Let's actually inspect everything first and then we'll try it. Inspect the knights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
These are Franco-Genarian cavalry, right?
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian knights.
Did Kim just say he used to paint miniatures? Inspect the blue
They're
uniforms.
not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing Petanque.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
What exactly are these?
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the Revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
This film projector in my ear is super annoying. Inspect the figurines in rags.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
This is really the only one that we can do. It is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Garte, whose bitch it made me.
Okay. I don't like either set too much, to be honest.
Okay. That really didn't turn into as much as I had hoped. Alright, let's try this almost 50% chance on digging up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Oh, we fucking oh,
Everything
God
you pick out
damn, we
seems faded,
suck.
chipped and sad somehow. Most of them are just broken toys.
Shit, we need to get more morale. I think you get that through raising volition, so maybe that's what we'll do next. Alright, we'll try that again next time. Step away from the table. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's talk to Roy.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately? Like maybe cars bouncing off your roof?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Officer Superstar is the definition of inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored.
They die of boredom?
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Alright, we're going to say this. Quite the collection. I may have something to add to it, but the rest of these are ridiculous. Typical vacuous consumerist objects. That's not our character at all. Honestly, I think some of your selections are press your finger to your lips, more tasteful than others. He might say that, but it's a little douchey for him. He's just showy. He's also kind of clueless. No, I don't think he'd say this. He definitely wouldn't say this. This is bullshit. Quite the collection. I may have something to add to it.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
We have a 58% chance of figuring out if Roy is high and what he's on. Well, clearly we need to do this.
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer.
I can't believe we failed. Electrochemistry has been so good to us.
Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
Do you know anything about the traffic menace on the loose?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
But didn't you hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
I think we need to go all in on the Jacob Irv thing. I can understand how you would mistake Jacob Irv for a powerful electric vortex.
Jacob Irv? The great tip-top champion? Yes.
Do you think it may have been Jacob Irv who drove over your roof?
It's a logical explanation. I felt within that thunderous crash a soul plunged into chaos.
Nice. Very nice. You might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Especially the guy who was hanged.
He doesn't know anything.
Okay, Drama's confirmed that. Think you could help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
Well, that's what I was trying to avoid. Thanks, man. Actually, that's all I've got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Roy must be on some seriously good shit. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Man. Oh, man.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh, God.
So we're out of Magnil Solum, so we can't suffer another morale hit, or we'll die.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Man, where was all our money then? Oh, I bet we spent it on drugs and booze.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
I don't like photon emissions either. Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig. Which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
I wonder if we've even met this person.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinaise with it?
Kim definitely grasping the obvious here. I don't like any of these choices. But given that this guy is a superstar, we've got to go for it. There's only one explanation. She must be one of my rabid fans.
In that case, she'll be happy to get a visit from us, if we can find her.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure she'd give it back to us in trade for an autograph. Any idea where I could find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Something tells me we will luck upon her. At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
There's something I'd like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
Wow, 200.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
All
Thank
right.
you.
He takes the cash, then turns to
Here's
you.
the 60 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes in his pocket. Damn, I wanted the whole
The
200.
rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
See, he definitely wanted them. He really liked them. See, Kim is a nice guy. Kind of boring, though. Although we have gotten hints of maybe he's a little more nuanced and interesting than he first appears. Or less straight-laced, at least.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
We can sell our clothes. We have the photo that Kim took that he said don't lose it. We can also check our pockets and sell anything we have in the items list, like the tutorial told us. Let's at least do that. I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Blue oblong pen. We got that from Kim, and it's not very valuable. We're not selling the filament. I don't want to sell the rifle yet because it's too cool, but we could sell these cards. I don't think they do us any good. Yeah, let's pawn it. And we'll pawn this too. Actually, I take it back. We don't need to do that. The money's not that good. Maybe we can use it for something else. Let's see what happens if we try to sell our clothes.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
He looks you up and down quickly. That's good to know. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. No, again, that's straying into douche territory. I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay, I have other business to take care of now. What we're going to do is get out of here. Okay, we need to wait till Wednesday to get across here. I think we go to the Whirling and Rags and pay Garte back. Is there anything over here? Actually, can we go down here? Oh, there's something right here. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Oh, but we can't do anything with that. Oh, what's this? Oh, we're going to be able to get some more trash, I think. Oh yeah, 2 of them. Nice. Oh, maybe that was what was here. Oh no, what's this? Hot air rises up from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Oh, that's like when you're in New York City and you walk over those big vents over the subway. I always liked that feeling, even though it was hot and gross. I don't know, I just liked it. I guess because I'm kind of gross. Let's go pay Garte. Oh, Lena's gone. Huh. Oh, there's a dude here. Okay, Garte, here we are. It's almost midnight.
Can I help you?
So, about that money I owe you.
Yes. Have you got it?
I do have it.
Well?
Bastard. Yeah, there's only one choice here. Slam the bills down on the counter. I hope you choke on it.
Great. Perfect. I hope you enjoy your freezing cold room with the window you broke yourself.
Right, we just leveled up. We got a skill point we can spend. We parted with our 60 real.
You've really worn down his patience. Even paying him didn't help.
I don't give a shit about Garte's
You've
patience.
really worn down his patience.
Whoa.
Even paying him didn't help.
Why are you repeating yourself?
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, please pay for each night in advance. 20 real per night. If you don't have the money, it's over for you. Got it? You've got nowhere else to stay.
We've got a new task. Find money for rent and pay Garte. This guy's just such a prick. I mean, I kind of understand his attitude, but he's still a dick.
Time stops advancing after 2 in the morning. If you haven't paid for your room by then, it's game over. Don't leave finding money to the last minute, however. It's harder to make cash after nightfall when the shops are closed and the streets empty.
This is the only game I can recall playing where the risk of a game over is really high. I've already died from loss of all morale twice. Played that first one off, I think it was episode 2, as time travel. The second one, to be honest, I just edited it out because it was so goddamn annoying. And now we're at risk again if we don't get money. That is crazy. That is so unusual because game developers usually want you to play their game as much as you possibly can. That's incredible that they keep throwing us out.
I'll take a room here too.
Oh, nice, Kim.
Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
He looks at the lieutenant, avoiding your gaze. Check it out. Superstar Cop is up to 10. Sorry Cop is also bumped. And it looks like... Ooh, our Good Cop, Bad Cop has shifted from -1 to 2. And Ultra Liberal is now exceeding Communist. Let's go upstairs. So we're going to go into our room.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Nice. Redecorated like a rock star, like perhaps a superstar. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation.
Ooh.
Let's go out to the balcony.
All right, let's go.
The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
It's weird. The screen flashed a bunch of times.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
So he just lit a cigarette. So we're going to try to bum one off of him for sure. I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
We could tell him he's cool. I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have any more cigarettes?
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
Mm-hmm. It's cool, though. Only cool people smoke. Right then, the debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on.
I would say that's true. We have a journal filled with tasks.
The body is still hanging from that tree, which is unfortunate. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
I generally prefer to start with searching the scene and then move on to removing dead bodies.
It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the facts. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow.
We don't even know where she is.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Oh my gosh. Once I figured out that you could run by double-clicking, I used it all the time, and now he's harping on me. That's hilarious.
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
This is actually true. Well, my mind doesn't move that fast, but this is what we're going to say. I don't like to waste my time, you know. That part's true. My mind moves fast. The rest has to try to keep up. That part's less true.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
Nice.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. I don't think I care what our powers are in the RCM. He's not a power-hungry guy. Say nothing. Just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. Two glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I want to say this top one, but I don't think Superstar... I don't think he's a very positive fellow. I think he would say, we won't change anything here.
Probably not. Anyway, positive change happens slowly. We never really get to see the impact of our actions.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. Alright, I guess we're going to walk, not run. And we did get 30 more experience for that conversation. Is there anything new here? No. going to go into our room. See you in the morning, he says. Oh, and he's no longer in our party. Okay, so before we go to sleep, we're going to apply our skill point. And in this case, we're going to do volition because we keep getting dinged for low morale and are nearly at death at each time, whereas we've been able to walk around with lower health for a little while. So let's see. Let's read it. Volition. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. Cool for sane people, well-adjusted cops, the non-suicidal. Volition urges you to be a good guy to others and to yourself. It enables you to resist temptation, be it in a bottle, between a pair of legs, or at the end of an iron barrel which promises oblivion. Volition gives you the will to finish the investigation, improving your morale, one of the two health pools in the game. At high level, volition makes you hyper sane. When you're about to get funky, it keeps you normal. It's a bit of a party pooper. At low levels, however, you'll have... I can't do it. I can't do it. This is not who Officer Superstar is. Even if it is a pain in the ass, I can't do it. This is the antithesis of Officer Superstar. No. He's just going to have to keep his low morale. There's no other choice. So I don't know what we're going to pick. I did say I wanted to do drama. The game bumped our visual calculus, suggestion, electrochemistry, and composure up to a maximum of 6 because we are some kind of superstar. The implication is that those are important superstar traits. I really want to do volition, but it's so not him. I mean, the other thing is that we could do composure because composure wants you to not crack, or at least it wants you to not crack in front of other people, which is consistent with who Officer Superstar is. He is on the verge of cracking all the time, but he wants to seem like he's got it all together. That's why we put a point into savoir-faire. It enables you to put up a strong front. It keeps your emotions hidden from the world and helps you to read the body language of others, to sense the cracks in their own composure. As well, it keeps you looking good while you do it. You'll rock that disco outfit a lot more if you don't slouch. At high levels, composure makes you tuck your gut in and maintain a stern expression. Even lying in bed late night when no one else can see you, you'll have to keep it up. You'll never be able to stop. With low composure, though, you'll always be the first to crack. Every cop's got a point when all that fear and rage comes spilling out, and the ones who unleash it don't stay on the force much longer. Perhaps worse still, you won't even make the ranks of fashion police. So there's a couple things going on here. One, I think if we make more composure checks on morale, we won't take as much morale damage. Second, this guy needs to join the fashion police. There's no question. I don't think he'll ever have high composure, and I don't think he wants high composure. And we want to be looking good while we do this stuff. So I think that that's a nice compromise. Boom, we're going to level this up. Straighten your back. Keep your poker face. There we go. We now have a total of 4. And then we're going to go to sleep.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Okay, let's crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
That is the end of day 1 of the Ballad of Officer Superstar, and it was definitely a long day for all involved.
And then sleep doesn't come.
Huh. Look at the time. I guess you'll have to tune in next time to find out what that gravelly voice is talking about. While you're waiting, why not leave a comment with your guess as to what comes next? Oh, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and click the bell. And of course, don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered, but not both.